Please, thank you. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. Really, thank you. Wait, guys, today we have a very wonderful program for you. It is Halloween, and we are going to be bringing to you a spooky review. Thought you'd like that. Anyway, we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Late Night with the Devil. Starring David Dastmalchian as the lead guy playing a role familiar to me. This one's sure to make you turn those lights on before you go to bed tonight, folks. But that's what we do here at BTV, and I hope that you enjoy the show. Let's get her started. Here's Johnny. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void Horror Podcast. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Late Night with the Devil. That's right, it's finally here. Well, it's almost here. It's going to be coming out March 22nd to all of the theaters around the world. That is in the UK and the United States. And then it's going to be coming to Shudder shortly thereafter in April. So this is a story that is about a television late night TV show in 1977 that goes absolutely horribly wrong when they unleash evil into the nation's living rooms, the audience, and on their stage. Now, of course, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. I'm just going to lightly talk about how I felt about this film, how it looked, and what I thought overall of the performances and things like that. First off, I gotta say, I really enjoyed this film a whole lot. A movie that is depicting the 70s, that is just so authentic and real, and they do a really good job here. David Dastmalchian, who plays the lead late night host, Jack Delroy, does a wonderful performance here. Now, the directors of this movie are known for doing 100 Bloody Acres and Scare Campaign, which are two films that are from Australia from two directors, Cameron and Colin Cairns. Technically put together visually through storytelling elements by them, and then also helped written by David Dastmalchian, Laura Gordon, and Ian Bliss. So they all kind of had a hand in sort of putting the words into this visual masterpiece. Apparently, David Dastmalchian said that he was handed a PDF that looked like a late night TV guide, and then he just kind of filled in what he thought this character would be after hundreds of hours of late night TV show that he watched. The music in this freaking movie is so good. We have Roscoe James Irwin and Glenn Richards who put the music together for this. Holy crap, is it really good. It's so authentic. What they do in the very beginning of the movie, and this is not spoiling anything, it's just telling you about the story of Jack Delroy and how this late night TV show came about. It's almost like a documentary style that's done in a way to show some of the strife, some of the wonderful, crazy segments that they had, and hardships that come along with doing it. He's trying to compete with Johnny Carson at the time because this is 77. It's a late night, midnight TV show that is appealing to a generation of people who stay up that late. But the way they treat it is just so good, man. Like, it feels so authentic, and it feels like the way that they do that little bio documentary really fills you in on all the background that you'll ever really need to know about Jack Delroy and where he is as a host on this late show. And it's all told to you by the voice and narrator of Michael Ironside, which is pretty awesome. But I really think that David Dastmalchian in this movie has a very commanding performance. He's obviously trying to get sort of his show off the ground and to beat Johnny Carson once and for all. He's had some strife and troubles with some family members. Some things happen. You find out within the first 5 minutes of the film through that documentary, and it has kind of pushed him to the limits of trying new things. And he's become sort of a Jerry Springer sort of kind of guy, but still with that charm and still wanting to be like Johnny Carson. And the way Das Malchen pulls this off may not be Oscar worthy, but man, is it fucking accurate. He's got a slew of guests, a sidekick named Melton, ton of workers and audience members that all kind of are part of this thematic sort of aesthetic. And he, of course, introduces some really strange new guests, and they do something live on air that affects pretty much everybody, and all hell breaks loose. And this is all done in a standard box format back in the day. That's all in color. Everything is in oranges and browns and all the colors that you would have used back in the 70s. And then in between, when the TV cuts off and they go to commercial break, then they cut into some black and white film that are sort of documenting what happens between each of these commercial breaks. The tone of the film definitely is one that takes you back to that sort of time, but the humor, the TV, like show style jokes are in there, and you're reminded just how much reality's left by how odd the music sounds, and that, like I said, the audience cheering over these things really kind of is a dichotomy and starts to slowly bleed away. Jokes become thinner, more worrisome as the dark world that they're toying with in this sort of live event that they're doing is stripped away, along with all their TV smiles and all the laughter and all the air that was in the room beforehand suddenly turns to screams as reality starts to melt away and fall to the wayside, and you are plunged deep into the heart of the late night with the devil and its final act. A dark, practical visual effects finale that is bloody and explosive and fun. This is where I was like super rocked by the movie, but there are moments in this film from start to finish that really kind of lead you on that journey that I think are very necessary in this film and add to the mystery and sort of the prestige of this whole film. And you have to keep in mind while you're watching this, this is an indie film and they've done so much with so little. By the end, you're going to be rocked out of your seat. All the visuals, all the practical, everything that's in this movie is going to really make you want to see more. And I'd probably say that's the only negative thing I have to say about this film. There is so much time, so much effort, and so much care. It almost makes you feel like you wish that there was this TV show that exists in real life now. I have heard some comparisons. There is another movie that came out called The Cleansing Hour that some people are making comparisons to, which is about some ghost hunters who do a live show on YouTube or something, or a Twitch stream or something like that. And it's similar, but not the same. Oddly, I felt more representation from the VHS 85 that they compact into this one show. Obviously, that one's a little bit more sporadic and all over the place, while this one is a full feature film. I personally like all three of these films, but this one is just on another level. In the end, though, I really enjoyed my time. This is a fantastically fun film. You will get your blood, you will get your gore, you will get your fun bits in this movie. It's really the performances and the fun that you're gonna have here, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Tonally, though, it is a little bit of a sillier but also serious kind of movie that are mixing the two together, and that always concerns me with the audience, but so far a lot of people really love that. I think there's going to be some detractors out there that may have other opinions, but I think they're really just being nitpicky. Personally, for me, I feel like this is one of the top films of this year. I would say that it's probably an 8.5 out of 10, and it could even go higher upon second watch. Now, the other movie that I saw this year that I was just blown away by was Stop Motion, and they're pretty close, but I may have to tip my hat to Stop Motion just because of how that resonated with me on a personal level, but that's outside of the scope of this film. This is still a fantastic film that you all should support, and I think the majority of you are going to enjoy wholeheartedly. And I think this might resonate with more people than Stop Motion. So, this movie is coming out to theaters on March 22nd. I highly recommend you get out there and check it out. Support it. Let's see more movies like this. Let's see more independent studios doing fantastic films like this. We've had two really very unique films this year that just are very authentic, very real, and I'm just so glad because this is making me feel like this is going to be a very good year for us, especially in horror. Now, if you do miss the theatrical limited release, it will be coming to Shudder April 19th, but I highly encourage you to check it out in the theaters to show them, you know, how much we actually want this kind of thing. Yeah, man, what a great year so far. We're in March and we're already seeing 2 great films in a row. So this is a good start. Let's hope the rest of this year really sprouts some great films as well. Congrats to everybody involved. Let me know what you guys think. I know that you're excited, so that goes without saying, but I would love to hear from you when you do see the film and why you may or may not like it. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much, Strike Media, for getting me a screener copy of this film. Clearly, they were very confident putting this movie out, and they had no qualms with that. So good sign all around, guys. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Are you going to go to the theater to see this? Are you going to wait for it on Shudder? But thanks for coming by. I really appreciate your support on this channel. It means a lot for you to share this, like this, and even hit that little bell notification so you know when I got a new video. But thanks for coming by, and as always, long live the void.